Do you know what the single most dangerous phrase in the English language is? It is, "We've always done it this way." I want you to think about that for a second. Whether it is your money, your hard-earned retirement nest egg, or the game of football you love to watch on Sunday afternoons, changes happen. And if you do not understand the new rules of the game, you are going to get left behind. You are going to make assumptions based on old information, and in the financial world, or even just sitting on your couch trying to enjoy a game with your grandkids, being misinformed will cost you. It costs you peace of mind, and it costs you your sense of security. Today, we are talking about a massive shift that has left millions of sports fans completely bewildered. The NFL completely rewrote the rulebook on something we thought we knew inside and out, the kickoff. They call it the dynamic kickoff. If you tuned into a game recently and thought, "What on earth am I looking at? This doesn't look like the football I grew up with," you are not alone. There is a deep, underlying confusion here. People are frustrated because the rules changed right underneath their feet, and nobody took the time to explain why or how it actually works now. And that brings out a real fear, doesn't it? It's the fear of feeling out of touch. The fear that the things we spent decades understanding are changing so fast that we can't keep up. It's that exact same pit in your stomach you get when the bank changes its online portal, or when the government tweaks the tax brackets, or when you have to figure out a new wrinkle in your Social Security benefits. Change creates anxiety when you don't have the facts. So, what are the actual rules for a kickoff right now? Let's break it down clearly, simply, with absolutely no fluff, so you are the smartest person in the room the next time the game is on. The old kickoff was a disaster waiting to happen. You had players lining up on opposite sides of the field, sprinting 40 yards down the gridiron like human missiles, colliding at terrifying speeds. It was the most dangerous play in sports, resulting in an unacceptable number of concussions. To fix it, the league didn't just tweak the play, they fundamentally redesigned the spatial architecture of the field. Here is how it works today. The kicker still kicks the ball from their own 35-yard line. That part is familiar. But everything else? Completely transformed. The other 10 players on the kicking team do not line up next to the kicker anymore. Instead, they are lined up way down the field, all the way at the opponent's 40-yard line. Think about that. They are already in the opponent's territory before the ball is even kicked. Now, where's the receiving team? They have a designated area called the setup zone, which is the 5-yard space between their own 30 and 35-yard line. At least 9 players from the receiving team must line up inside this zone. Under the newest rules, at least 5 of those players must have their front foot planted directly on that 35-yard restraining line. The rest are spaced out just behind them. Then, you have the returners, up to 2 players, waiting deep in what is called the landing zone, which is the area between the goal line and the 20-yard line. Now, here's the ultimate twist, the rule that makes your television screen look completely frozen for a few seconds. Nobody can move. You are right to ask that, because the element of surprise is completely gone. Under the current rules, surprise onside kicks are entirely illegal. You cannot do them. If a team wants to attempt an onside kick, they must formally declare it to the officials before the play clock even begins. Once it is declared, the traditional, old-school onside kick formation is allowed for that single play. The rule used to be that you could only declare an onside kick if you were trailing in the fourth quarter. But the rules have evolved. Now, a team can declare an onside kick at absolutely any point in the game, regardless of the score, what quarter it is, or whether they are winning, losing, or tied. If a coach wants to take that risk in the first quarter, they have the right to do it, but they have to tell the whole world first. Now, why am I spending all this time walking you through the intricate mechanics of a football kickoff? Because I want you to see the bigger picture. The lesson here isn't just about sports. The lesson is about how you handle transition. The NFL looked at a system that was broken, a play that was causing injuries and losing its entertainment value, and they realized that minor adjustments weren't going to save it. They had to structurally reorganize the entire process to protect their assets, which are the players. When you enter retirement, or as you sit firmly in retirement right now, you are dealing with the exact same reality. The rules of your life have fundamentally shifted. You are no longer in the accumulation phase where you are sprinting down the field at full speed, earning a paycheck, taking massive risks, and recovering quickly from market collisions. You are now in the preservation and distribution phase. Your setup zone has changed. Your landing zone has changed. And if you are still trying to play by the old rules, taking high-speed risks with your money, ignoring changes to tax codes, or failing to adjust your portfolio's spatial architecture, you are going to give up a massive penalty to inflation and market volatility. Your actionable takeaway from this is very simple. Look at the areas in your life where the rules have changed, and stop resisting the layout of the new field. Educate yourself on the current landscape of your finances, your health insurance, and your lifestyle. Understand where your boundaries are. When you know the rules inside and out, the fear evaporates. You stop looking at the television screen or your brokerage statement in confusion. You look at it with absolute confidence because you know exactly what is about to happen next. Stand strong, protect your assets, and play the game to win.